Hey guys, today I have a perfect salad for summer. Very easy, very simple, great for a barbecue or a picnic. So I'd love to show you how to make this. It involves really summery things. This week I got a gift of a basil plant from a family member, Amanda. I've chiffonaded that. Anyways, beautiful basil. I also had some wonderful sweet corn. So the anchor, the main item in this is the sweet corn. I've actually blanched it and, well, I'd say boiled it actually for about 3-4 minutes just to kind of knock the starch out and bring out that sweetness. Let it cool. Took it right off the cob into the bowl, and then we're going to make a dressing directly in the bowl. So like I said, quick, easy, simple summer salad, great for picnic or barbecue. So couple ingredients. First, I use fresh pressed olive oil. This is Chilean olive oil. As you guys know, in Chile, South America especially, they use a lot of corn in their culture. It's a very revered plant in South America and Central America. So this is a perfect match for Chilean olive oil. You guys, I chose the Alonzo oil for this, which is an amazing blend and super flavorful. I smell the aroma of the fresh oil just marrying with the corn as we speak. So the first ingredient was the olive oil, about 3 tablespoons. I have apple cider vinegar, about 3 tablespoons of that as well. This recipe I've lifted from one of my favorite chefs, Ina Garten, one of my favorite recipes of hers. And then I have the basil that we mentioned before, chiffonade, fresh basil. So that red onion gives me a little color. And this, I'm going to show you 2 versions of this recipe. This is what I call the simple version, and then we'll make another version that I would call the more fancy version. So just kind of toss it all around. You can see it just kind of enrobe all the corn with the olive oil, the cider vinegar. Oh, so intoxicating. Love it. And of course we need to season it. Some salt. Probably be a little generous with the salt. Corn's one of those items that needs quite a bit of salt. And some black pepper. I personally love black pepper. Growing up in the South, we use a lot of black pepper. So I like black pepper on my corn as well. Like I said, this is great if you don't want to have mayo-based salads at your barbecues sitting out in the sun. This is a really nice recipe that doesn't involve mayo, and a great way to show off your fresh pressed olive oil. And one thing that's really nice, it can be served at room temperature. So you don't have to worry about keeping it warm and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to plate this just to show you guys the very simple version. I don't know the best way to show this to you, Megan, but for the camera, but I'm going to take about half of this that is for the basic version, and of course you could dress it with a little bit of fresh basil. Again, thank you, Amanda, I appreciate it. It's beautiful basil. It's going to very good use. And then of course you could always hit it with just a tiny drizzle of extra olive oil at serving. But the basil, the sweetness of the corn, the pungency of the olive oil, and the onion in there, it's just really amazing. Has a lot of flavor. So that's version 1, the very simple version. I'm going to add a couple of ingredients. So Megan, if you want to get a little closer, you can see what I'm adding. I've got some tomatoes here that have just been cut in half. I've chosen some pearl mozzarella balls. You could use smoked mozzarella, you could use Parmesan cheese, you could use almost anything. You can really make this recipe your own. So I'm going to toss that in. Let's see. I'm going to have to taste this in the bowl. I'm not going to bother plating this one for you guys because you can totally get the idea. But the tomatoes add a nice little punch of red, nice color. I'd probably keep them separate if I were taking them into a barbecue and just kind of add the tomatoes in last minute because you don't want them getting soggy or anything like that. So just leave those on top and then stir those in when you get to the barbecue. And now is one of my favorite points in these videos. I actually get to try the recipe. So first I'm going to try the base version, very basic. Oh, wow. The sweetness of the corn and the bitterness of the olive oil, it works together beautifully with the fresh basil and the onion. It's really, really yummy. I'm going to try the more fancy one now. All right. I think I'm going to love the acid of the tomato in here with the olive oil. You know what? That's really, I love it with the tomato. Actually, the acid balance with the tomato is great. You could grill some bread. Just take ciabatta, grill it on your grill. Take some garlic cloves, just use the garlic clove, fresh raw garlic. After it's done toasting, rub that on, and then place a spoonful of this on top, and then serve that as an appetizer at your next barbecue. Anyway, always, of course, drizzle with a little more fresh oil on top of that corn bruschetta, but enjoy it, and happy barbecuing.